Must be later. Okay, come on. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Got that done. Okay, let me fix this. Okay. All right. Okay, gotta fix this. Hello, 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 beautiful peoples. We're gonna get started with some free readings. How are you today? Happy solar eclipse in Aries. All right, so if you'd like a free reading, please let me know in the comments, leave your name, and let me know how I can serve you today. Or let me know how I can be of service. Let's see. I still gotta fix this. What's going on here? No, we're good. I think we're good. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Soraya. How are you? I'm well. All right. Thank you for the roses. So, hello, beautiful people. My name is Angelica from Infinite Love Healing. I am an Ascended Master Healer, and really all that means is that I've been training, studying, etc. for many, many, many lifetimes to be here on Earth during this time of ascension and great awakening to help clear, awaken, transform, transmute the energy and help other people do that as well. And, if you'd like a free reading, let me know in the comments, leave your name and, a question. If you have a question or if you'd like a general reading, love, health. The only thing I don't do is pregnancy readings. And, yeah. Thank you, Mrs. Pierce. I appreciate that. And I don't know if we're going to have difficulties I don't know if I'll have difficulties with the comments today, because before I was trying to get on to go live and it was like, try again later. I'm like, okay. No, it looks like we're good with some of the comments. Okay. So if you do not follow me, please follow me. Share out the live, like the live. Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay. So, Charity. I'm actually feeling you, Charity. Are you still here, my dear? Yes, okay. All right, Charity, you were asking general. Okay, so just gonna connect to your energy. There you are. Okay. All right, general. The first thing I kind of connect with when I tune into your energy, Charity, is your heart. I see like a big green light. So it kind of feels like you have a big sensitive heart. There does seem to be because of the sensitivity, there does seem to be some maybe misunderstandings of how to give and receive. And that's not like a judgment. It just feels like maybe there's an imbalance in giving and receiving. You might give too much. Because it feels like, oh, I have a big generous heart. But it kind of feels like, where is charity in all of that? So it kind of feels like maybe you might give a little bit too much. And there's nothing wrong with giving. There's nothing wrong with giving at all. There's just always a balance, and where that balance is for you is unique to you. So there might be an imbalance in giving and receiving. Yeah, that's kind of what I keep hearing. So let me pull a card. Did you see that fly out? You have Six of Swords. Overcoming hardship. Let's see what sticks out to me there. Okay, you see how she's in a boat? You have to have kind of balance there, right? This kind of feels like, what actually sticks out to me is that becoming stable. Because it feels like there's like some kind of imbalance in the heart energy, whether it's giving and receiving, or it does feel like there's some anger in there. I don't know if that's suppressed, repressed energy, but it does feel like there's some unexpressed anger. And that can be from like childhood. That's just something that I'm picking up. I don't get like any specificities of like where it's from, but it does feel like more of like becoming more stable. And to me, stability also brings in like balance as well, as they're having like a good balance of their and however that resonates for you. But that's kind of what I get for you. Let me know how that resonates. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. do 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 let's see. Oh, hold on. Do 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 ba, 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 ba. Okay. All right. Had to take care of some of the comments. Okay. Oh, she says, Charity says you are on the mark. Okay. Yeah. So there's just some balancing of that giving and receiving energy, because where's charity? Where's charity in the whole equation? Where do you get to give to you? Okay. Pam, I'm feeling to go to you, my dear. Will my neighbors finally leave our family alone? Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're still here. Okay, you're still here. All right. Will our neighbors, you said, will our neighbors finally leave our family alone? So I'm going to connect to you and your family, or I'm going to connect to your energy and then kind of like connect to the situation, okay? So it actually kind of feels like there's some energetic stuff. Okay, there you are. I found you. So I'm just going to fill into the situation for a minute. It definitely feels like this is really, really interesting. So like attracts like. And there is definitely something. I'm gonna feel into it as much as I can. It definitely feels like there's a trigger. There's a trigger point. Where's the trigger point? I'm just gonna keep feeling into it, but it feels like there's definitely a trigger point there where this other family, basically what it is, all it is energy, and it's not to that's not to dismiss your experience of it, because it's like, well, it's happening in waking life, right? So that's not to discount or discredit your experience, but what it is at a very basic level is energy. And you or your family basically has a certain frequency in your lineage that triggers this other family. That's like the basic understanding of it. But I'm gonna like pull a card because I'm not getting a whole lot on this, but I definitely get like a lot of anger. And then I hear judgment. Oh. Wow. Okay. Strong-willed, juggling too many things. We get pessimistic, temperamental. What really sticks out to me is this like temperamental, pessimistic type of energy, and also demanding. Do you see that? Demanding. Right there. Will they finally leave you alone? There's some things to work out. So let me kind of feel into what's going on. If your guides will even let me. Okay. So, okay, how do I translate this? There's basically some inner work to do around all of this. And so I feel like what it's actually doing is wanting to kind of illuminate some like some inner work, although it kind of also feels like it's like in the lineage. There's something specific about your lineage that kind of like triggers this family, or that triggers this like explosion of energy. And I feel like it's an imbalance in I actually feel the sacral coming in. So that's like the, kind of the womb space, receiving, receptivity, flow. But really what it's very much connected to divine feminine energy. So it feels like there is, again, we're dealing with distortions and imbalances in the feminine energy, right? So it doesn't mean that, we're not talking about gender here. It's not about gender. We all have feminine, masculine energy. So there's some kind of imbalance in the feminine energy. I don't know if it's showing up too masculine, because like our feminine energy can become too like hyper masculinized, especially in like if you're in the Western world. We're taught to be like go go go, do, be a boss bitch, blah blah blah, like all of this kind of like programming. So I don't know if that's where it is. And it's not to say, again, it's definitely not to say there's anything wrong with you or your family. This is just an energetic standpoint that to me is there's a trigger there. And so when you tune into the energy and you reconcile the energy or heal the energy, and you let that wound or that trauma or whatever that is go, and you release that, you transmute it, you alchemize it, then there's nothing for this family to find a charge in. Does that make sense? It does feel like tune into your feminine energy, Pam, and maybe ask or just feel into in your own intuition, where is like the imbalances, because it feels like it's in your lineage, and it's really just this whole situation feels like it wants to illuminate the imbalances in the feminine energy in your lineage. And that's probably not what you're asking, because I do feel like I'll get to that in a minute. But it does feel like it's meant to highlight, this whole situation is meant to highlight where healing, reconciliation, reckoning with that feminine energy would be of great benefit. And that's all your choice. So I'm not here to tell you what to do, but that's just what I feel. Okay. So I do feel like this family is going to continue to antagonize until they don't feel a charge. It's really just energy, and there might be bickering or whatever, that happens, but it's because of the energy. They're just being triggered by the energy, and it's not your fault. It's not to judge you and say blame you. It's nothing like that. They're just triggered by this certain thing in your ancestral lineage. They're like, no, I don't like it. It's very interesting. And without going too deep into it, that's kind of what I feel. Okay. So I'm sorry if that's not, if that's not what you wanted to hear, but that's kind of what I get. Okay. All right. And let me know how that resonates, or how that, oh, false accusations. I was told to ask for candle work. That's interesting. Okay. So if you would like, let's do a couple more. I'll probably be on for maybe a little less than a half an hour longer. I will be on tomorrow. If I don't get to you today, I will be on tomorrow. Alicia. Bum, 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 bum. Alicia, I'm feeling to go to you, and you're saying general. Hi. Hi, Smokey Bear. Smokey Bear 420. Okay, Alicia, general. And you said general. Okay, so let me look at your, okay, there you are. General. Say, let me find you first. For you, Alicia, what I feel when I first tune into your energy is I get reluctance, and then I was feeling fear. Like almost like fear. It's this very interesting dynamic of fear of being seen for who you are, as well as wanting validation for, being the beautiful human being that you are. And feeling like, I don't know if you experience the internal struggle, if you've experienced this internally, but it does feel like reluctance of wanting to be seen. Because when I was finding your energy, it does feel like I feel there's a part of you that doesn't. It's really reluctant to be seen, and that feels like there could have been like past judgments around, you know, who people thought you were, or what you looked like, or like, whatever. Just past judgments that shaped your experience, that you experienced in a certain way and then shaped, who you were because of those experiences. So let me, oh, yeah. um, Undervalued, one-sided, conditional giving. It feels like the conditional stuff. So like that to me ties into worth, self-esteem, etc., which would also play into the reluctance of wanting to be seen, because at one time you might have felt undervalued, and you see strings attached, conditional giving. So if you had like a certain upbringing where it felt very conditional, it felt very one-sided, and you felt very undervalued, it could be bringing up that. But that's what I feel in your field. And basically why to bring this up in a general reading is that to encourage you, to invite you to go deeper into that. Of course, everything is it's your choice. Be empowered in your choice, right? Definitely be empowered in your choice. But this is just something, because that's, how do I put this? That is the nature of my blueprint, is to kind of highlight where, things might need to be like worked out so that you can kind of align in a greater capacity to your own soul, to your own sovereignty, to your own empowerment, etc. So that's why it's being brought up right now. So there's kind of like an invitation to go into that and to transmute that, alchemize that, however feels good. It's kind of like a call to healing that. Okay. All right, so let's do a couple more. Let me know how that resonates. Hello. Hi, Marty. That's my friend. So, Alicia says, makes total sense. Thank you. I'm glad it makes sense. Okay. So if you would like a reading, there you go. Leave a comment with your name, and if you have a question, or if you would like general love, health, career. The only thing I don't do is pregnancy stuff. Okay. And really how I work, because I didn't say this at the top of it, really how I work is that I kind of just let spirit guide me. So if I don't get to you, don't take it personally. I'm just letting spirit guide me, basically. Okay. And if you would like to book a private reading, like a full-on in-depth private reading, then you can do that through the links in my bio. I do private readings. I do mediumship, healing, ancestral healing, Reiki. I do a lot of different things. I even offer personalized light language audio recording. So there's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different things. If you feel guided to connect with me on a deeper level. Okay, so I'm actually feeling a couple people. So Bianca, I'm feeling you. So I'm gonna go with you, Bianca. Ooh, excuse me. All right. Okay, Bianca. And you, what did you say? Love. Okay. again, let me look at your, okay. All right. All right. I'm going to find you. Okay, there you are. Okay. Okay, so love, love, love. Love, 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 love. So let me just listen for a moment. So the first thing I do get is that this is a time for solo journey. Because I just see you walking alone, and that is that's on purpose, and there is very specific opportunities in that solo walk. As you move forward in your solo in your soloness. So the next thing I kind of get for you is Bianca, is really, really coming to a deep appreciation, because that's what I hear, is deep appreciation for yourself. So I guess for when we talk in terms of like appreciation, like words like value, self-esteem, self-worth come in. They typically come in for me as well, because this is going to really highlight how we feel, like self-esteem wise, how confident we feel, how we might value ourselves, or if we undervalue ourselves, or if we don't appreciate who we are. So it does feel like this solo walk right now is to come into a deep appreciation for yourself, really connect to yourself, your values, etc. I feel like I say this for a lot of people that come to me with like love readings lately, but it does tend to be the we're not alone. There's a big collective of us doing the same thing. But I'm going to kind of feel into if there are any potentials. Okay. I do feel this is a little bit potential love matches. I do feel that more distant. And I get like 2 to 5 years. That might not be what you want to hear. I'm sorry if that's not what you want to hear, but it does feel like a little further off, because it does feel like you're meant to be more solo right now, and there is very significant intention in that solo walk. Okay, so the more you can appreciate the opportunity and perceive the opportunity that you're being given to really connect to your own, well, that's a lot. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, I'm not going to do like all 5,000 cards that just fell out. But the more that you can really lean into this opportunity that you're being given. Whoa. Wow, I can't make that up. Self-love. Time for reflection, right? Tuning into your intuition, taking care of yourself. And then where it says holding back, where are you holding back? Because this is meant to like really suss out certain like relationship patterns. Having a relationship with ourselves and really diving into that allows us to highlight relationship patterns where there's imbalances or there's dysfunction, right? So it does feel like self-love is on the menu for a while. And it's not to say that those timelines can't shift and change. They absolutely can, because nothing is ever concrete. Everything is energy, and energy is always in flux. So based on your decisions and how you choose to align or not, that can bring those timelines further, they can push them further, or it can bring them closer. So it's not concrete, but there you go, there you have it. I hope that gives you some clarity of where you are, my dear. Thank you for being here, Bianca. That's my middle name, by the way. So great name. Okay, all right, let's do a couple more while I'm still here. And if I don't get to you today, please, I invite you to come back tomorrow. I will be doing readings. I do readings from Tuesday to Friday around the same time. Okay, let's do... You're so welcome, Bianca. Okay, so if you would like a reading, leave your name and let me know how I can serve you, or how I can be of service today. Because I do see a lot of love readings, and I'm kind of feeling to go into more of those. Hold on, where was that? Love. Alicia, that's who. Oh, I just did an Alicia the other earlier in this reading. Alicia, I'm feeling you. You're talking about a love reading. Oh, Alicia. No, Alicia. Love. Okay, Alicia. Ah, love. Okay. Let me know, Alicia, confirm for me that you're still here, so that I can, so that I know that you're hearing me. I feel like not great today. Can you tell? Oh, okay, there you are. All right. Okay, so I got you, and you're saying love. Okay, so let me connect to your energy first. Okay, there you are. I found you. Okay, so let me guides about love. This feels like when I tune into your energy, I feel, I don't know what this is. I feel like the feeling of disappointment, the feeling of like, so when I tune into your energy, Alicia, it actually feels like there's a lot of disappointment around love. I actually also hear resentment. So it does feel like there's some things to work through, right? There's an invitation to work through some things, because it feels like there's an association with disappointment around love. And if you have certain like attachments or associations around certain things, that can also mean resistance to a certain thing. So if we have like an attachment, or like an association of disappointment around money, we could be actually literally pushing money away when we actually do want it consciously, but our subconscious means there's an aspect of us that is pushing that away, right? So it kind of feels like that's the case with you and love. Like I want love, but like there feels like there's an aura of disappointment around love, even a little bit of resentment, maybe some forgiveness and things to like work through first. Again, this is definitely always in your choice, so please be empowered in your choice. These are just things, as a healer, as somebody has done her own work for over 5 years, healing, and I've done a lot of this type of work. This is why I give, the advice that comes to me the advice that comes to me, that's why I give it, the way I do, because I have worked with a lot of these things. Okay. So it just feels like there's some stuff to work through. There's some healing to work through. around love, because it does feel like there is some resistance to love. Like consciously, I want love. Unconsciously, I feel resentful and disappointed. Like I'm always going to be disappointed. This person's always going to disappoint me. I don't know if I can trust them. So there might be an aspect of like mistrust or trust in relationships. And then we get 10 of coins. It feels like it goes into the lineage. Like this is something that you've inherited. 8 of swords. Drama queen, paralyzing fear, right? Doom and gloom, self-entrapment, that type of energy. And it feels like you're moving. This is what your guidance, your guides, your highest self feels like it wants to move you towards. Okay? That congratulations, victory, recognition. And recognition is about recognizing those patterns, that deep stuff within you that it's like it's time to shift, it's time to release that stuff because it's not serving you. Okay? Ha 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 ha. That's funny. And then you got a couple more. But that's like 5 cards. It's a lot. But one of those was the 10 of cups. So it does feel like you're being guided to really release a lot of the heavy shit. So you don't have all of these attachments around love, so that you can actually, when you do pull it in, when it does come in, you don't have these unconscious, subconscious things that want to create drama, that want to create like mistrust. Oh, I don't know if I can trust you. I don't know if I can do this. Like that type of energy. So it feels like working on some stuff and an opportunity, an invitation to heal some old wounds. Okay. Let me know how that resonates. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm saying this right. Cobus, is that your name? I'm feeling drawn to you. And you're asking for a love reading as well. So let's do you. Alicia said, spot freaking on. Yeah, there's some things to work through, my love. Okay. But you got this. It's going to come in. But you got to work through some of that disappointment and that mistrust, because that typically the how do I say this? So the patterns that we play out in relationships are always initiated, or we can come in with them from past lives too, yes, but they typically will come in and be reintroduced to us in this life. So those initial relationships that we have with our mother, our father, whatever guardians that we have or we didn't have, we continue to play those out throughout life. Everything's just a pattern, right? And so it's about identifying the pattern, reconciling it, reckoning with it, and then allowing ourselves to let it go. But first, a lot of times we have to become aware of the things that aren't serving us, so that we can let it go. And that can be very painful. It can be very ugly. And healing is not always sunshine and rainbows. All right, Cobus. Love. I think I got a handle on your energy. But I just wanted to like scroll back, but it might. Okay, there you are. All right, Cobus. There you are. Strong sensitive type. Okay. You said love. This feels like you might be, okay, yeah, I feel like this is a running thing today. It feels like you overgive a little bit too much, to the point where, your partner might take advantage of that. I actually feel I actually feel like your partners might walk all over you. And it feels like, excuse me, when that actually feels like it can be balanced by learning how to stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself, um, hold, like establish, hold strong and healthy boundaries. And that will start with self love, self respect, self esteem, and confidence. And the thing is like, if you don't have a lot of that, it's like, well, where does that come from? It's step by step, bit by bit, really building a foundation. But it does feel like there is, I don't know if you do attract people that tend to walk all over you, but that's why, because there's quite a bit of people like it's not quite a bit of people. It's you were imprinted with a it might be on mom's side. That's kind of where I feel mom's side of like, you want to be respectful, you want to be this, you want to be that, but that in that type of teaching, you might have took that to be, you went to the other side with it. You went like overly, all the things. And it's not a judgment on you, definitely not. There's nothing to blame here or anything. It's just it feels like it's wanting to invite you into a greater degree of self-love, self-respect, and then knowing where those boundaries are for yourself, so that you can be like, hey, like these are my boundaries, like and you respecting your boundaries so that other people respect your boundaries as well, because we teach other people how to treat us by the way we treat ourselves. And we allow people to treat us, however we allow people to treat us is us teaching them how they can treat us or not treat us. So it kind of feels like that's going on. Okay, so let me pull a card here, see if there's anything that wants to come out. Oh. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the wonderful comment. So this is what I get. Resist, make a stand, head on. It's my life. So this feels like where you are being invited to go, realizing it's your life, making a stand, standing up for yourself, right? And up here, worth fighting for. You are worth. I don't typically like the word fight because it has an energetic implication that it's a lot. But you're worth standing up for. And then this is the other one that feels jealous, volatile. So it feels like this feels like what you might attract. Partners that are jealous, partners that might hold a grudge, that may be violent or volatile. So I'm just kind of listening. So really there is the invitation to move into a greater degree of self-empowerment, self-love, self-respect. Okay. Yeah, that's for you, Cobus. And if anybody does resonate with that, then there are reasonings why we attract the people that we attract in our lives, because it's like attracts like, narcissists, why they're attracted to empaths, because empaths also, they're the same. They're the same thing on different sides of the coin. So that's what I mean when like attracts like. Usually if we're on one side, there's another person on the other side that's attracted to us. So it's kind of like that. So let me know, Cobus, if that resonates or how that resonates. And if it doesn't resonate, that's okay too. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Okay. Let's do a couple more. It definitely resonated. Okay. Yeah. There's usually typically what my readings are going to do is they're going to highlight certain patterns of behavior or thought or belief that need to be released. And when I say need, it's always, remember, it's always your choice. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life. I'm here to, because I have healed a lot of this shit in my own life. I typically tend to, read that in people. And so what my readings usually will do is highlight certain patterns or places where you might feel stuck or stagnant or blocked, so that in going to that, the only way out is through. So when you go into that with the intention of healing, of reconciling, of reckoning with that energy, you got to be willing, able, and able to do that. So it has to be your choice. But if you do that, then you can unblock, unstuck yourself, stuff like that. So that's why I do a lot of this. I've been doing this work for a long time. All right. And I've been doing readings since I've been reading people my whole fucking life. But because I was gaslit and I had a lot of trauma, I didn't realize what was happening. But I've been reading people my whole life. Let's do some more. Okay. Rena, I'm feeling you, my dear. Are you still here, my love? So if you would like a free reading, leave a comment with your name and like a question, or if you would like general love, health, career, etc., so that I can actually call you, refer to you by your name, and do the things. There is a lot of really interesting energies with the whatchamacallit today. What is it? The solar eclipse? Whew, there's a lot of crazy energy. Okay. Who am I reading? I forget. Rena. Okay, Rena. All right. Okay. I seen you. I got you. You are over here. Okay. All right. Got you. You said love, right? Ugh. Okay, Rena. The way I'm reading the energy as I as I feel into your energy. The reason why I'm reacting the way I do is I'm extremely clairsentient, very, very empathic. And so when I feel into other people, I get sensations and I get a lot of different things. And that helps me to interpret and translate the energy to you. So when I tune into and like connect to your energy, I feel like there's a lot up here I feel very like there's a lot of words that come in. And it feels very irritated, frustrated. It feels also like the words that I was hearing when I first tuned in was like monkey on your back, like almost like a chip on your shoulder when it comes to love. So it feels like there are some definite like heavy feelings to work through, maybe like forgiveness for past, relationships that have done you wrong, or where you felt slighted, or cheated on, or like where you felt like you put your trust in someone and then they completely broke it. So it feels like even forgiving yourself for not knowing, and forgiving yourself for having the experience of being human. It does feel like forgiveness wants to come in pretty big for you to help you move through this. Now, I will say with forgiveness, you gotta move at your own pace. And if you're not ready to go there, please respect that above all else. If you're not ready to go to be forgiving towards others, then don't. But if you are, then know that it's a whole process. I think the way like when people talk about forgiveness, it's almost like they're portraying it as like, oh, I forgive it and it's all better. Not in my experience. I feel like that can be the case, but like it's a process. It's a journey. Just like healing, it's a journey, it's a process of unfolding and like finding sometimes new levels of forgiveness. And so it does feel like, it does feel like a bit of a cold shoulder. I'm like even physically cold right now. I'm like shivering. So it does feel like there's a bit of a cold shoulder around love. Like there's a monkey on my back. There's like a chip on my shoulder. There feels like you have a lot of stuff that needs to be released and processed first, before, because if you take that into another relationship, you get into another relationship, you're going to take all of that baggage with you and then end up, that's what people do. That's a lot. That's what, no blame or no shame or no judgment or anything on you. It's just like, that's what a lot of people do. They don't give themselves time to process, forgive, etc. Rather they jump into another relationship because they're lonely. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to face themselves. They don't want to like really get to know themselves. And the reason why I say this is I did this for like what, I think almost 2 decades. So I know this very well. So there's no shame in it or anything like that. But it does feel like working, there's the invitation to work through this stuff first, the forgiveness, the chip on your shoulder, because it feels like you're carrying a lot here. And I feel very tense. I feel very irritated. Like, it feels like, yeah, I want love. That feels like a good thing because like other, maybe the programming around it, like, oh, it's so great to be in a couple and it's so this and it's so this and blah, blah, blah. Let go of all of that shit and then let yourself come to this and work through this first. Again, it's your choice. So please be empowered in your choice. You get to choose your life. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but it does feel like working through this stuff that's sitting on your shoulders because it's very heavy. It's very heavy and it's pushing, I guess, people away is what I could say. That feels like it pushes people away, especially like an intimate partner. So working through some of that stuff feels like it would be of really good benefit, really great benefit to you. Okay. So I hope that you, let me know how that resonates, Rena. If it doesn't resonate, that's cool too. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. She said, thanks. All right. Let's do a couple more. I like doing love readings. They're fun. Because typically what will come up is like what's blocking you. Oh, I'm in a breakup as we speak, and yes, I'm upset. Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes sense. That checks out. There's a lot. There's a lot there. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, hold on. Damn, there's all kinds of. I'm like casually scrolling through. Meanwhile, there's like lots of new messages coming in. So let me see where spirit is guiding. Oh, haven't talked to them about it about it though. Well, I mean it's definitely, I mean, like, you get to do that, you know what I mean? That's a place of empowerment. So be empowered in that. You get to talk to them, you get to say the things, and you get to essentially stand up for yourself and say, say what needs to be said. That's a beautiful opportunity. Okay. I'm just seeing where Monica, I actually feel called to you, Monica. Is there anything I need to know or hear? Okay. Ooh, Dragon Hunter. That's a cool name. Um, wait. Monica, is there anything I need to know or hear? Okay. All right. I got you. You're over here. Monica, no or here. I'm just going to tune into your guides. No or here, no or here, no or here. Okay, there are some things. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. That's like big. Stop doubting yourself. You're exactly where you need to be, and you're there for a reason. And it also feels like stop trying to be or get to this like imaginary place of like, oh, when I get there, I'll be happy. When I get there, I'll be whatever. I'll be satisfied. I'll be fulfilled. I'll be whatever. I keep hearing, stop trying to get there. You're already right here. Stop trying to get to this imaginary place in your head, because that keeps you chasing. That it keeps you chasing a moment that is not here and now. Okay? And that's also contributing to the doubt that you're feeling, like, but I'm not there yet, but it's contributing to the doubt. So it feels like you're a pendulum going back and forth into the future, into the past, into the future, and you're never really quite here in the now. So it feels like stay present is big also. Don't stop doubting yourself. Stay present and stop chasing this like future event, because that can be a really good way to direct our energy and focus. However, if we're constantly focused in the future, where are you in the now moment? You're missing a lot of the events or the intuition or the inspiration that's happening now. Okay? Yeah, and that's it. That's it. I'm not even gonna pull a card. They're like, that's your guides came in really strong with that one. So let me know how that resonates. Okay. My name is Angelica. Very interesting. My name is Angelica from Infinite Love Healing, and I'm offering free readings. However, you're welcome, Monica. However, if you would like to book a private reading, I have several different options for private readings, as well as healing sessions, a lot of different things you can book through the link in my bio. Okay. And just know that when you do go to my website to book, you pay first and then I contact you in order to schedule, because I like to do things very, very personally. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. I'm feeling a couple of people. So let's do a couple more people and then I'm going to hop off. Ooh. Yeah, there's a lot of people coming on. Okay. All right. Bella, I'm feeling you, Bella, and you're asking for general. Let me know if you're still here on the live, my dear, just so that I know that you're here. Okay, Bella's here. And you said general, so I'm going to connect to you're over here. Okay. One moment, and so I can listen. Okay. All right. So it does feel like when I tune into your energy, Bella, it does feel like there's quite a bit of like frustration with life, with people. It almost kind of feels like how if you are maybe not fully empowered in your empathy. I don't know if you identify as an empath or clairsentient. They're one and the same thing. But very, very like you feel other people. It almost feels like that. Being very, very frustrated with people, not wanting to connect. I don't like people. It feels like that. And a lot of people who identify as empaths can feel very identically. So that's why I relay that information like I do, because that's kind of how I connect it in my own brain. But it does feel like that. It feels like a lot of frustration with people, and they're rude. They're just they don't understand what they're doing. Like it just feels like a lot of like frustration with people. And so herein the message lies of like, oh honey, you don't realize you're giving your power away by giving your power to other people and giving other people to have that much power over your mood and over how you feel about your life. So it feels like a message about empowerment and taking your power back and being very, very grounded in the power that you have to shift your perspective on your your experience and your experience of reality. This isn't about judging you or where you're at right now. It's not about that. It's more about like understanding that you're giving your power away and you're giving too much power to others, and how they make you feel. And rather it's also an invitation to reclaim your power, understand your power, shift your perspective, and into what feels more empowering to you, what feels good to you, so that you can relate and connect to people in ways that do feel good, while also not giving them your power and being like, oh, this person made me mad. People are frustrating. I hate people. Because in that, we're actually giving away our power to other people. And I understand this because I've done this for a long time. And I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm barely getting out of it. But like, I totally understand. I empathize and I sympathize with this whole like situation that I feel kind of coming through. Because I can be really freaking frustrating, like holy shit. But it does feel like just like shifting your perspective into something that feels more powerful, and you get to define that. You get to redefine that, how you perceive things, how you perceive your reality, how you perceive people, how you perceive your own power. You get to do that. You That's all within you. That power is all within you. So I do feel to pull a card. Oh, there it is. That's what flipped over in the deck. Self-love, taking care of yourself, tuning into your intuition, repressed, holding back, etc., etc., etc. So all of that it does feel very connected to empowerment and self-love. Okay, so that's what I feel for you, my dear. Thank you for being here. Bella says accurate. Yeah, thank you for being here, Bella. Okay, let's do one or two more. I think I said that like 2 readings ago, but let's do maybe one more and see. And if I don't get to you today, I invite you to come back tomorrow. I will be doing live readings tomorrow. And if you would like an in-depth reading, you can connect with me through my website and book that through my website through the links in my bio. I was actually feeling, I'm very attracted to color. Color always catches my eye. Tanya, I'm feeling you, my love, and you want a love reading. Am I correct in saying that? You said love. Okay, Tanya, love. Okay. Tanya, let me look at your picture. Okay, there you are. All right, you're over here. All right. Tanya, love, 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 love. It feels like when I tune into your energy, Tanya, around love, it feels like you have a very interesting perspective on it. Feels very light. Overall, like generally, that's kind of like the sense that I'm getting as I'm just kind of tuning in. Okay. And yet there's also been like this other side of like, I will say, a pretty significant degree of heaviness around love, or what the idea of that has brought into your life and how that's expressed. Yeah, I'll leave it there. And so right now it feels like the word I'm hearing is integration. So like integrating the dark, the heavy, with the very, very light. That's interesting. I don't know if that's quite like, I'm kind of feeling into, I'm like, oh, it feels like there's layers here. Okay. There might be like, very interesting. Because when I was feeling very light, very, now I'm feeling like maybe certain degrees of like fantasy. So I actually get like Pisces energy with this, like illusion, fantasy, almost like when we think of like a Disney princess and it's happily ever after, that type of fantasy. It's not to say that people can't live quote unquote happily ever after, but there's a lot of different distortions within stories like that. And I'm not sure why I'm even bringing up like all of this, but it does feel significant to where you're at in kind of, because it feels like integrating very, very like dark stuff from the past, heavy stuff from the past, and then like this other part of where maybe you have gone or maybe tend to project very, very fantasy like qualities onto relationships and people that you're in a relationship with, which a lot of people do that. You know, we all project our, our consciousness onto everything. You know, that's how we experience the world. But, you know, when we have like unconscious projections, or we're projecting our wounds, or we're projecting our distortions, or we're projecting our illusions or delusions onto people, onto relationships, we can create like filters where we think like, oh, this is my Prince Charming, and they turn out to be like the opposite of Prince Charming. So it feels like there is a bit of that going on. Okay. And I'm just kind of like listening for like the main kind of like message of how to work with this. So it does feel like you're in a part of like integrating, understanding like the dark part or the heavy parts that happened like early on in life that made you kind of like lean into this more fantasy, so that you can balance a lot of these imbalances, so to speak, out, so that you can balance them, recalibrate, and recognize where, you know, there's a lot of different things here, because there's a degree of healing that I feel you're being invited into, given the opportunity to like heal this old stuff, so that you can also recognize where you're projecting the illusions, the fantasies, the delusions on. So like all of this stuff can like clear, and then you can actually come from a more genuine, authentic place of like, it's not fantasy, you know, but it's very based in like your own soul expression of what you truly value. So there's a lot of different things, a lot of different layers going on here. Okay. But that's kind of what I feel into right now. And I don't want to get into, because I can get like a lot deeper. But I'm going to leave it there. Okay. So it does feel like you're being like invited into the opportunity to heal this stuff, so that you can become aware of the projections. Okay. That's kind of the basic general message that I feel for you around love, because it's distorting your image of like someone, and you're not really truly able to see someone like super clearly for who they are, because the calibration of like your intuition is skewed by this projection of illusion, of fantasy. Okay, so there's a lot of different layers, but it does feel like a general message of like being invited to heal this stuff, so that you can drop the illusions and like actually come from a really genuine, authentic place, from like your soul, your soul's expression of what that can look like. Okay, that's what I feel for you. That's a lot. That is a lot. Let me know how that resonated. Yeah. Tanya says, yes, I just want to feel safe and secure like a queen. I've been cheated on twice now. Yeah. And I mean, I'm sorry for that. You know, I definitely know that pain, because that can feel very violating and feel very like betrayed. right? Feel very rejected, or, it could bring in a lot of these different feelings and emotions. So it does feel like you're being invited to heal, really come to terms with a lot of that, and understand that that's part of a pattern that has been imprinted, that you've been imprinted with as a child, of like certain dynamics in relationships or certain dysfunctions in relationships, and you just kept playing them out, and they look different, but they all have like a similar energy. um and the yeah, like, and I speak from that because, doing 5 years of doing like a lot of really, really deep healing work, I've noticed a lot of the same. That relationship looked different, but it was the same fucking thing. And so it's all just a pattern. It's all just a pattern of energy that we keep playing out until we are ready and willing and able to look at ourselves, to be brave, to be courageous, and look at the patterns, look at the things, process the feelings, process the emotions, really understand where that came from. So there's a lot of different layers there. Be gentle with yourself, because there's a lot going on. So just be gentle with yourself, love on yourself. And I'm so sorry that you've been cheated on. A lot of us here have probably experienced that and know that pain. So thank you for being here. And yeah, I'm just gonna sending you infinite love and blessings on your journey forward. Okay. She says thank you so much. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop there. But if I didn't get to you today, I invite you to come back tomorrow. I'm going to be doing the things tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to be doing the same things tomorrow about the same time. And if you do want to book with me, then you know where all my links are. And, yeah, happy solar eclipse in Aries. Lots and lots of beautiful energies coming in for us right now. And, I will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. I love you. I love you. I love you. Infinite love and blessings. Bye.